Welcome everyone to the Armageddon game. As promised, to set a bit of context, both players are tied at 6 out of 7 with 28.5 points of tiebreakers. With the white pieces, we have Eunice Heng from NP Team A. With the black pieces, we have Rajashi Basu from NUS Team C. Now, this game has no implications on the team standings. The team standings has already been confirmed. This is purely for individual ranking purposes. And so, how does Armageddon work? White gets 5 minutes, while black gets 4 minutes, but white must play for a win. And so, all Eunice needs to do, what Eunice needs to do is she must win this game. A draw will mean that black won, essentially. And so, Rajashi just needs to hold the game to a draw with his 4 minutes, and we'll see what happens in this game. So, Eunice begins the game with the bishop's opening and plays d3, knight f3, h3, so preventing the bishop from pinning the knight, and both players castle with rook e1 being played next. Now, Rajashi plays c6, trying to play d5, and Eunice avoids this by going to bishop b3, but then also gets her bishop traded off. Now, white has open rook, but also a slightly damaged pawn structure. Now, queen b6 here, played by Raj, and it gets targeted. The queen gets targeted by the bishop, and so c5 is forced because if you move the queen away, a7 will drop. So c5 played, knight d2, knight f6, b4 played by Eunice to try and instigate an attack. And what happens is that the queen moves away, and the trade happens, and now the knight goes to h4 to try and land itself onto h5, f5, which does happen. And the rook moves, and what happens next is a lot of shuffling of the pieces. Bishop goes back to f8 to try and defend the g7 pawn, and the players just started moving. And I think eventually what happened was that Raj realizes that now he has to take the pawn, take the knight with his g pawn. Now the engine says that this is equal, but realistically, this is a nightmare for black to play, because now your king is just open, and when the king is open, especially in a blitz game where you have like probably less than he has like less than 2 minutes left in this position, right? So you panic and you make bad decisions, and that's what happens. Bishop g7, queen f3, and plays the rook to g8. Now the engine doesn't like this because the engine wants black to make an attack on the queen side. He wants Raj to push b5, b4, and all these kind of moves, because there's no play for black on the king side. Like even if the bishop is not here, you actually have nothing on this file, and that is only a so-called inaccuracy that happens because you're playing a blitz game, right? Like if you give me more time, he'll realize that okay, G doesn't actually do anything. But then because it's a blitz game and he's already down 1 minute from the start of the game, he's in a very tough situation where he has to try and hold the game. But this is so hard for him to play. He's down to his last minute in this position. Eunice has like 2-3 minutes left, and he's desperately trying to walk the king away. And then he realized that doesn't work because he's gonna lose his bishop. And so in a act of desperation, he tries to play e4, sacrifice the bishop temporarily to try and complicate things on the other side. But once the dust is settled, Raj is down the queen bishop, and also down a lot of time. And Eunice just cleanly converts this position to a win, and Raj resigns. With he ran out of time. I don't actually remember, but yeah, the game was over, and Eunice won second place. So congratulations to all the players. And maybe in the next event when we have cameras ready again, we'll be able to do these recaps. But if not, I hope you enjoyed all these recaps. All 8 videos. This was made at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I hope to see you all soon. Goodbye.